Well, he was recording the songs from the birds, right? So he would in the back when he would replay it, he would hear voices in the back.
That's incredible.
Yes.
In fact, did he hear the voices, like a male voice telling him how to better record the sounds?
I think he did. Yes, he did.
I'm sure he did. Of course he did. And that made him kind of interested. So he started to record more voices, and he got more voices on his machine. And what else happened?
Well, not only did he record a lot of voices, but he published his book, Voices from the Universe, I believe, right?
Right, but what's the most amazing voice that kind of maybe gave more credence to that? He was picking up something that was real, that a person, like maybe a discarnate spirit, or what made him say, wow, I think I'm really getting voices from somebody that's dead, do you know?
He recognized his mom's voice.
That's right. And what did she say?
I don't know. What did she say?
She said, Frederick, you're being watched, or Fidel, can you hear me? That's pretty amazing when you hear those sounds and recognize that as your mom. Kind of makes it a little more credible.
And you know what's, for me, it makes it more credible that when we go on investigations, that person, like the husband or wife, wants to communicate with their deceased ones. Whoever's real close to that relative who passed away, usually we get a response when we're doing EVPs on that one.
That's right, because it's the people that are closest to you probably are the ones that are hanging around afterwards to make sure you're okay.
Okay. Now we got actual psychologists now.
Now this guy, his name is Dr. Konstantin Rodai. He actually worked a little bit with Jurgensen. He was very inspired by him, so he started his own experiments.
So you actually read the book?
He not only read it, but he physically did experiments with it.
And he met the guy too?
He sure did.
Okay.
Now this guy was, Mr. Rodai was a psychologist. Now, tell me a little bit more about him.
Well, he recorded so many, I think over 100,000 voices, he said. You know, he also did scientific experiments.
Another guy that I like, he went out there and he tried to use the scientific method. He RF screened his rooms where he was doing his experiments. I mean, that just builds credibility towards the EVPs.
This is the guy also who worked with clergy, other priests. He worked with more scientists, like you said, which I love about this guy. Not only did he look at the spiritual side, but also the scientific part of it, you know?
That's right.
And his book came out in 1971 called The Breakthrough, so it has all the information about him.
And in fact, a lot of people you may hear sometime call them EVPs, raw dive voices.
Very interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, in the 1982, another woman came on the scene. Her name was Sarah Estep, and she was kind of important because she kind of brought the EVP into more of a scientific community.
She was the founder of the Association of Electronic Voice Phenomena. I believe she started in 1982, right?
That's when it was established. So
okay.
I think she started before then. She recorded 20,000 or more spirit voices, including those of her dead husband.
Oh my goodness.
There's something else important about her. She also started a new classification of how EVPs would be characterized.
And this was the A, B, and C.
That's right.
Okay. For those people who do not know out there, that EVPs, once you capture them, they're classified as A, B, or C. A's are real clear, and you don't have to do anything to clear them up.
In fact, what you hear, I hear. There's no discussion.
There's no doubt.
That's right.
Now, the B class is the ones that you have to clean up, maybe the back noise and the white noise.
Hear it, I hear it. We know we're hearing something, but I might think it says something other than what you think.
Okay. And C class is when you're
not really sure what it is. It's like the worst of all of them. It's just like catfish in the ocean.
That's right. But there is a noise there. It doesn't come around from anywhere around the room, right?
No, you just don't know what it is. It's not even worth considering. You just kind of pass it off. You can't use it as any kind of evidence.
I would.
I would use it as non-evidence, but you can use it if you like.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, T.
You're very welcome.
Okay.
Now we're going to bring kind of like EVPs into the mainstream now. We're into the modern times, and what you turn on the TV, what do you see?
Excuse me. Well, oh my goodness. Ghost Lab, Ghost Adventures, Ghost Hunters,
just going
on. The radios, the Coast to Coast, the movies, oh my goodness, the White Noise 2.
Paranormal Activity, you name it, they all got EVP somehow interspersed in them.
Yeah. Like we were talking about, the best evidence you're probably going to get on any investigations is the EVPs.
That's right. And why is that? Well,
I have no idea, Todd. Tell me.
It's because it's the one thing we know for sure is happening. EVPs are real. There's no doubt that they're actual voices. I mean, there's a thing called audio forensics where they went and looked at these things to see, hey, are these stray sounds in our heads are somehow forming patterns? And no, these are real voices. The problem is we don't know where they're coming from or who's making them. So that's maybe something we're going to learn later on.
Okay.
So Wally, history it's relatively new. You know, there's just a few notable names, but I'm sure there's a lot of people who've been doing these EVPs, maybe scientifically, maybe unscientifically, but at some point, we're going to learn the source, we're going to learn who's making them, and then hopefully, and I'm hoping, that these are voices of the dead.
I'm just hoping they get a better machine out there besides the little recorder.
The chronovisor.
Chronovisor. I want the chronovisor.
You're going to need it.
But this is the end of our tube cast on episode 1. Stay tuned for the second one. Next time, we're going to talk about theories, the equipment, the methods, and the actual EVPs that we've caught on our investigations. Cotton.
Not C-O-T-T-O-N, but C-A-U-G-H-T-E-N.
I'm Wall.
And I'm T.
Well, thank you for joining us on iParanormal, where we keep an eye
on the paranormal.